on the topic Transformative Power of Sādhu-saṅga. So, Srila Rupa Goswami, he has given elaborate description of 64 angas of bhakti in Nectar of Devotion, and then towards the end he discusses Panchanga Bhakti, 5 potent form of devotional service. They are Sādhu-saṅga, Nama Sankirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathura Vas Shraddha Srimurtir Sevan. Sādhu-saṅga, association of devotees. Nama Sankirtana, chanting the holy name of the Lord, the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Nama Sankirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, and listening Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Mathura Vas, residing in the holy place like Mathura, Vrindavan. And Shraddha is Srimurtir Sevan, and serving the deity form of the Lord with full faith and confidence. So first item, Srila Rupa Goswami says, Sādhu-saṅga. So, what do you think? What is the power of Sādhu-saṅga? Why one should go to associate with these saintly persons?
To make advancement in Krishna consciousness.
What is the goal? You want to advance, where you want to reach? What is the destination?
Back to Godhead.
Back to Godhead. What will qualify us to go back to Godhead?
How do you call it?
When we are qualified to enter into Godhead.
You are qualified when you are free from 100% material activities.
That means when you have attained love of Godhead, right? Prema. When you attain prema bhakti, then only when we attain prema bhakti, then only we become qualified to enter into the kingdom of God. Otherwise we are not. And as you said correctly, we associate with the saints, saintly personalities, because we want to advance, we want to progress on the path of devotional service. Wherever one may be, from there, gradually, he will qualify himself to attain love of Godhead, and that is how he will enter into the kingdom of God. So this process is very elaborately described in many different scriptures. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami has given description about this Sādhu-saṅga. And in Bhagavatam also, Lord Kapil Dev, he speaks about Sādhu-saṅga, importance of Sādhu-saṅga, transformative power of Sādhu-saṅga. Then even the scripture like Ujjwal Nilamani also, they also speak. So in many different scriptures, and all our acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sanatana Goswami, they have given a lot of commentaries in describing this transformative power of Sādhu-saṅga. So today we will start from Lord Kapil Dev's instruction to Mother Devahuti, where Kapil Dev is instructing Mother Devahuti how one can attain Parabhakti. That will qualify one to enter into the kingdom of God. So in that connection, he instructs his mother, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha tajjo shanadashvapavargavartmani Shraddharatirbhaktiranukramishyati. So here he is saying, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Satam prasangan, prakrishta rupena sangha, Sādhu-saṅga. Prabhupada translates, in the association of pure devotees. That is what he described as the prakrishta rupena sangha. Sangha and prasangha. Sangha means association. And like, in Sanskrit, the Sanskrit words, the meaning of the Sanskrit word is intensified when there is a prefix added to it. That is called upasarga. So in this sangha means association. And before sangha, upasarga, a prefix, pra, is added to it. That's what becomes prasanga. Means when we add pra, it intensifies the meaning of the association. Therefore, not just association of any person. Here, the intensity of the association have been defined by Srila Prabhupada as the association of pure devotee. Okay? And in the association of a pure devotee, what one does? Mamavirya samvida. Samyak vida. Vid means to know. Vidhatu, to know. And he knows, samyak means prakrishta rupena. Means he knows very well, very nicely, in totality. That is the meaning of samyak vida. For example, you hear about something, you may learn a little bit. But if you know in totality, then you would say, oh, samyak, I know everything. Right? So similarly, in the association of the devotee, they discuss the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is very pleasing and satisfying to the ears and heart. That is the meaning of knowing in full, in totality. For example, you are hearing about Krishna's Dambandhan pastime. We can take an example. How Mother Yashoda, he tied baby Krishna to a mortar. And if you hear the entire description of the pastime by listening to the commentaries of the Acharya, you feel very much happy about hearing the pastime. And it is very, very satisfying to your ear and heart. Means once upon hearing such type of beautiful description, you feel like listening to it again and again. That is the meaning of Satan prasangan mama virya samveda and bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha. Very pleasing to ear and heart. Tajjosanada swapavarga vartmani. When we hear in the association of pure devotees about the activities, pastimes of the Supreme Lord, gradually one becomes advanced on the path of liberation. Means, in such saintly association, he is gradually become purified of material contaminations. Means, he is gradually becoming freed from the effects of the mood of passion, ignorance, even the goodness. Or we can say, he is becoming free from the contaminations of avidya and vidya. Tajjosanada swapavarga vartmani. Then what happens? Gradually, Shraddha Ratir Bhakti Anukramishyati. When in such association he becomes, the attraction is awakened, and then he becomes fixed, then what happens? Starting from Shraddha, Adu Shraddha Tata Sādhu-saṅga Tata Bhajana Kriya Tata Anartha Nivritti Nishtha Ruchi Asakti Bhava and Prem. There's 9 stages. Here, bhakti means prema bhakti. So, this is the power of association. So, Prabhupada, in giving purport to this verse, he says, the process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make advancement. We want to know about the transformative power of Sādhu-saṅga, right? Here Prabhupada is saying, the process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek association of persons who are Krishna conscious and engaged in devotional service. So we have seen there are so many examples in the scripture how somebody who associated with devotees who are actually Krishna conscious, they engage in devotional service, and what happened to them. If we see, you see Dhruva Maharaj, right? Dhruva Maharaj, he was a small boy. He wanted to sit on his father's lap, and his stepmother didn't allow him. And he became very upset. He said, I will attain a place which is even higher than my grandfather, even higher than Brahma, right? But whose association? When he got Narad Muni's association. Narad Muni instructed him. First of all, Narad Muni, see, this is another thing we need to understand. When you go to a true sadhu, they don't actually, give us instruction in the first place, right? When Dhruva Maharaj, he met Narad Muni. Narad Muni, first of all, he told him, hey, you are a small boy. And now you're supposed to play. Where are you going? You are going to the forest. You do not know? There are many ferocious entities. They will eat you up. Go back home. But Dhruva Maharaj was stubborn. He said, what? I am going in search of Vishnu. Can you help me? If you help me, help me. If you don't want to help me, Just give me the way. Right? And Narad Muni understood, oh, he's a serious devotee now. Now I have to tell him what he should do. Huh? So similarly, when you go and associate with sadhus, sometimes sadhus also will test. Then you don't get the power of sadhu-saṅga. And you get, he said, oh, this is, you are young, now you're supposed to play. You are a young boy, you're supposed to study, get job in the big, big company, earn thousands of dollar. Okay, you can do bhakti later on. Okay, I'll do bhakti later. But Narad Muni, when he told him, after that Narad Muni instructed him what to do. He gave him mantra. And he told all the process, what he should do. And he followed Narad Muni. Narad Muni followed, right? Even Narad Muni himself, he said, in his previous life, he was associating with sadhus, right? Bhakti Vedantas. During the 4 months of Chaturmasya, they were staying in a Brahmin's house. And my mother used to go there to serve them. I was a small boy. I was going there. I was sitting in their assembly. Sometimes I will help them in their service. And after they have finished honoring prasadam, with their permission, I'll take their remnants. In that way, while they are leaving, they instructed me the mantra, and he chanted. See, the Prakrishta Rupana Sadhu-saṅga happens to an innocent person when they are sincere. Because the saintly personalities, they don't want to instruct somebody who will not follow their instructions. They don't want to do that. And what happens? Narad Muni, he attained perfection, right? If you see, here Prabhupada is saying, the first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Another extreme example we can take. From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, Haridas Thakur. It happened in Bengal. There's a place called Benapol on the bank of Ganga. So Haridas Thakur, when he came to that place, he was sitting and chanting in a forest actually. And the king of that place, he came to know, he was a Muslim king. He came to know that he is born in the Mohammedan family. Now he is chanting Hindu god's name. Okay, now I will teach him a good lesson. Then he sends a prostitute to Haridas Thakur to test him. And Haridas Thakur was a perfectly Krishna conscious person and he was engaged in devotional service. What was his devotional service? Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So throughout the whole day, he is chanting 300,000 names of God. He doesn't have any other business. And when this lady came to meet Haridas Thakur, first of all, Haridas Thakur, he said, "Oh, you are here?" And she expressed her desire. Haridas Thakur said, he is dhira, he is not disturbed, because he is engaged in service and totally free from material contaminations. There is no anartha in him. He said, "You just sit here, let me complete my rounds." So first day, time over, it was morning time. She felt, what is this? Oh, okay, today, I couldn't finish my rounds. go away. The next night she comes back. Same thing, I have to complete my rounds. See, he's doing his devotional service. He's not disturbed. Power of association. He is Krishna conscious, he is perfectly engaged in devotional service. Huh? And what happened? Next day also, time is up. Oh, I couldn't complete my round. Go back. Sun is up. Next day she comes back. By the just by listening to the sound vibrations of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which was coming from a realized soul. Why Mahaprabhu made Haridas Thakur Nam Acharya? Acharya means one who teaches by example. Sometimes devotees they chant this holy name of the Lord, but they don't realize what is the power of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This morning I was telling, right? Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana is being transmitted from Goloka Vrindavan. This morning I was saying, right? Right? Yeah. So you see, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is being transmitted from the Goloka Vrindavan in pure form, and we are chanting, vibrating that name. What happens? Do we have that, potency? We feel the potency? Is potency lost or what? What do you think? Potency is lost? No, potency is not lost. Potency is still there. But why don't you feel? Very interesting, right? For example, let us take an example. Paramatma is there in your heart or not? How do you know? Gita is saying, Bhagavatam is saying, Guru Maharaj is speaking. Hridya Arjuna Tishtati. He is residing in the heart of every living. We understand the philosophy. But do we feel the presence of Paramatma? But he is still there, right? Yeah. Similarly, because we are not pure enough to connect to the Super Soul who is just sitting very close to us. Who is the closest person to us? Super Soul, Paramatma. There is no one more close to us than the Super Soul. Even though this person, he is a person actually sitting very close to us, still we don't recognize him. We don't pay attention to him at all. Similarly, this Harinam, pure holy name, even though it is being transmitted from Golok Vrindavan, it's an act of the love and potency of the Lord. But the effect of the pure name is not being felt by a person like me who is chanting this mantra because of my material contamination. Like Spolsul is there, but I'm not able to connect with him. There's a barrier, contamination. Same thing happening with the holy name. Rajastama Bhava, even Sattva Bhava also. They are preventing me. They are coming. When it comes to my desire, prominence is taking Vidya or Avidya. I'm first connecting with Vidya and Avidya. And beyond Vidya and Avidya, that sound vibration is kind of there. So I'm not able to connect. In my consciousness, I'm just vibrating like a machine, but in consciousness, the touch is not happening. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, জিহ্বার হইতে বলে হৃদয় হইতে বলে জিহ্বার অগ্রতে চলে শব্দরূপে নাচে অনুক্ষণ. Right now we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we are listening, and it enters through the ears. Where it goes? To the heart. When the material contaminations are eradicated, the Lord who is will become manifest at that time in the heart. So He will come back to our tongue in form of sabda. হৃদয় হইতে বলে জিহ্বার অগ্রতে চলে শব্দ রূপে নাচে অনুক্ষণ. That time you will not stop chanting. You cannot stop chanting actually. That's the stage of asakti actually. So, because Haridas Thakur was a completely realized soul, he, by his association, was able to transform the consciousness of a conditioned soul who was very much affected by the mode of ignorance. Right? Therefore, Prabhupada is saying, simply, actually, without such association, one cannot make advancement. Means, without associating with pure devotees, it's very difficult to make advancement. Simply, by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. You can ask this question, Prabhupada, you are saying simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. Why did you give this Bhaktivedanta purpose? You can ask him, right? That means Prabhupada is saying, you study, you must understand and you must apply. That's why he's saying just by theoretical study. It has to be transformed into practice. You have to transform the knowledge into practice. What is that practice? We're going to listen. We're going to discuss more elaborately about this actually. Shraddha, Sādhu-saṅga, bhajana, kriya. In association of the saint, we practice these things. How? What is the actual way we can scientifically apply those knowledge what we discuss in the association? One must give up the association of materialistic persons and seek the association of devotees, because without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. That means, when we associate with a devotee, here association means, as Prabhupada says, in the association of devotee, we hear about the glories, pastimes, the activities of the Supreme Lord. And then when you hear, what should be the outcome? The outcome is you realize Krishna is a person and he have personal activities. So we are associating with the devotees. We are also hearing Bhagavatam, Krishna's pastime. We are chanting Krishna's holy name. We are discussing about Krishna's activities in the Vrindavan with the cowherd boys, with the gopis. But still, how many of us have come to the senses that Krishna is a person and he have personal activities? We actually haven't understood that actually, many of us. That means our Krishna conscious realization is impersonal. That means nothing much is being gained by the association. That means we have to associate in a way which will help us to become free from the effects of the mode of personal ignorance, even goodness, as we said. The Prabhupada said, towards the end, he is saying, non-devotees cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literature. That means devotees, they know, they can practice, they will appreciate, they can take advantage. Then he said, to understand the personal activities of the Lord, one has to seek the association of devotees. And by such association, then when one contemplates and tries to understand the transcendental activities of the Lord, the path to liberation is open. You know, when we give Bhagavatam class, we are not meant to discuss anything else except the subject matter under discussion. That is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means only Bhagavatam. If I don't have anything to say, I should stop it. Not that just to make up the time. I'm just trying to cite some mundane stories to keep audience with me. And that is not actual, pure association. People are reading so many news in the newspaper, right, every day. What is so great about somebody sitting in the Vyasasana and speaking about those kind of stories from the Vyasasana? That is not meant for that platform. That Vyasasana platform is not meant for that. Then that is not pure association. See, one thing is, we may not be pure, but the message is pure. Right? Bhagavatam message, Krishna's pastime, His holiness is pure. If I am here, I am supposed to speak what Acharyas have spoken about Krishna. If I don't have, then I should stop. Sometimes we speak outside things just to help people understand the subject matter. Not that we give an example. Not that we pass this 100% time just discussing about some subject matter from outside story. So therefore, Prabhupada is saying that in the association, one who has firm faith in the personality of Godhead becomes fixed, and his attraction for association with the Lord and devotees increases. When we hear those kind of activities of the Lord, pastime, then it will increase. On the other hand, you are hearing another material story. Why it will breed your attraction to the association of the devotees? Association with devotees means association with the Lord. See, when somebody from Vyasasana, he starts narrating a story from the Karmi world, how he is associating with the Lord. The devotee who makes the association develops the consciousness for rendering service to the Lord, and then begin being situated in the transcendental position of devotional service, he gradually becomes perfect. So this is the point. The devotee who makes the association develops the consciousness for rendering service to the Lord. So this is what, as I said, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is very nicely explained. Okay, so let us discuss a little more about this, then we'll go to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, while commenting to this verse, I am not reading the Sanskrit, I am just reading the English meaning. He said, from inferior association, there is only bhajana kriya, but the stories do not become nectar. You understand? Very, very, very interesting point. If, my heart is not clean, pure, then whatever I see, it's just like some sort of bhajan is going on. But upon hearing the narration, you will not feel taste. There is no attraction, there is no happiness. That is what it says. He says, stories do not become nectar. Thus, from excellent association, the stories cause anartha nivritti. That means somebody who is speaking, he is practicing, and he has attained to the realized platform, then what will happen? The anartha nivritti will happen. So, and then gradually after that, that story causes nishtha. Then after that direct realization, that is called direct realization, samvid, samvida, and then those topics produce ruchi. They become pleasing to the ears and heart. Then asakti means you never feel like giving up. So much attachment. Okay? Then destruction of material contaminations takes place after the stage of asakti. Okay, that's what he says. Then bhava, rati, and after that prema bhakti arises. So, what is this? We need to understand this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, কোনো ভাগ্যে কোনো জীবের শ্রদ্ধা যদি হয় তবে সেই জীব সাধু সঙ্গ যে করয় সাধু সঙ্গ হইতে হয় শ্রবণ কীর্তন সাধন ভক্তি হয় সর্বানর্থ নিবর্তন অনর্থ নিবৃত্তি হইলে ভক্তি নিষ্ঠা হয় নিষ্ঠা হইতে শ্রবণাদ্যে রতি উপজয় রতি হইতে ভক্তি হয় আসক্তি প্রচুর আসক্তি হইতে কৃষ্ণে জন্মে চিত্তে প্রত্যঙ্কুর. So up to asakti now we are discussing. So what is saying is কোনো ভাগ্যে কোনো জীবের শ্রদ্ধা যদি হয় তবে সেই জীব সাধু সঙ্গ যে করায়. There are so many commentaries in this section, but the essence is there are two types of sadhu sangha actually. Before we get to hear about the glories of the Lord, we also associate with the sadhus, saints. All of us, we have the experience, right? Before we become devotee, we met with some devotee, and they just encourage us to come to temple. We get some association. But here we are not talking about that association. After you are inducted to Krishna consciousness, by some good fortune, then you attain Shraddha. Shraddha means now you have faith. Oh, I have to serve Krishna. You have got the faith, conviction. And then in the association, what you are doing? Tabe sei jeev sadhu sanga je karay. Actually, so many people come to the temple, but they don't have faith on Krishna. Right? They will come once in a year. And they are just there to just take prasadam and leave. That's why they are coming for. That means they are not actually, they have not entered to the second stage of sadhu-saṅga. Therefore, they have not started their bhakti. But when somebody is inducted, then he associates with the sadhu. So what happened? Sadhu-saṅga hoite hoy sravana kirtan. The main goal of association with the saintly personalities is to hear and glorify the Supreme Lord. Shravan and Kirtan. His name, form, qualities and activities. If you go to the temple, if you go to a place where Harikatha is going on, but we are simply interested to discuss about our business matter. Somebody is working in a, maybe, I know, what do you say? And he is doing some business and he is promoting his business in association. Who is going to buy his product? He is looking for that. That is not sadhu-saṅga. Okay? But sadhu-saṅga hoite Shravana Kirtan. You come to sadhu-saṅga means you are just engaging your time in hearing and glorifying the Lord. Then what happens? Sadhan bhakti hoy sarvanartha nivartan. At the stage of in the stage of sadhana bhakti, all anarthas means unwanted things in the heart. What are those unwanted things? Like Prabhupada, he says, no, any devotee who practices Krishna consciousness, they have to give up meat eating, gambling, smoking, all these things, four regulatory principles they have to follow. Initially, it is like, like a restriction put on the person. You cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. What happens? So it's Sādhu-saṅga hoite, in the association of devotees, anartha nivritti will take place. Means he will stop smoking. He will not feel like smoking. Sometimes some devotees, even after taking up Krishna consciousness, after even initiation also, they go back to these bad habits. They associate with the karmi, they smoke, they drink. I don't know whether you have heard of this or not. I have heard of this actually. Right? That means that he has not done proper association of the sadhus actually. And the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, that is inferior association he was in. He was not in proper association. That's why his anartha nivritti didn't take place. Now, anartha nivritti means he's saying, the more one is interested in hearing and chanting, the more he is purified of material contamination. Liberation from material contamination is called anartha nivritti, indicating a diminishing of all unwanted things. This is the test of development in devotional service. If one actually develops the devotional attitude, he must be freed from the material contaminations of illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating. These are the primary symptoms. So, this anartha nivritti is very important step in Krishna consciousness actually. Well, you may say, I don't have any inclination for all these things. I have given up. No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit connection, no meat eating. But I don't see anything. No, you need to know what are the different types of anarthas. In Sādhu-saṅga, all disappearance of all these anarthas should take place. Shri Radha Madan Mahan ki. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Madhurya Kadambini, he describes about 4 types of anartha. Duskriti Jata anartha means the anarthas which are coming from Duskriti means bad association, Duravhinivesa, Dvesa, Raga, these are the Duskriti Jata anartha. Means people, when they become too much attached to material objects, that contaminates the heart. Dvesa, we hate somebody. Hatred is also a kind of contamination. Then Duravhinivesh, things which cannot be engaged in Krishna's service, when we are hankering for that, these are all called Duskriti Jata anartha. Then he says, Sukriti Jata anartha means Bhoga Vinivesh, excessive desire for enjoyment. Actually, everybody has to enjoy. Without enjoyment, you cannot sustain the body. Like every day we are giving some food, we are, if it is too cold, sometimes people use cosmetics, right? You have to, winter time, we have jackets and all. These are some sort of bhoga for the body actually. You have to provide this to protect the body for sadhana. But excessive attachment for bhoga, for enjoyment, material enjoyment. Okay? Then he says, aparadhuttanartha. We By committing nama parad, there is some anartha actually. That's why it says, no, satam nindam, paramam aparadham vitanute. Then he says, bhakti jata anartha. So these four types of anarthas, their disappearance takes place in 5 different ways. He says, Ekadesavartini. Okay. Now you understood, right? What are the different types of anartha? When we say Duskuti Jata anartha, he is having attachment to things which cannot be used in Krishna's service. He is hateful of someone. He is having attachment to material objects. Hankering and attachment, both are there. So, for example, if we say these anarthas are disappearing, first of all, you should know where from these anarthas come. Anartha means actually avidya. These anarthas come because of our contamination through material modes like passion and ignorance. When we cultivate passion and ignorance more and more, like in Bhagavad Gita, right? How you speak, what you eat, what kind of austerity you perform, that also been categorized in a form of mood of goodness, passion, and ignorance, right? So if we are attached to eating foods which are in the mood of passion and ignorance, then we are cultivating that avidya. Okay? That duskriti jata anartha is produced. Our hankering for objects which cannot be used in Krishna's service, our attachment to material, objects, our hatred towards others will increase. So we have to see in the association when we hear, oh, I have to now practice. This is the transformation happening. Not that I don't desire, I just go here from here and going out from there. Then nothing will happen. So, but even this, Ekodesha Vartini Anartha Nivritti happening, removal of anarthas only in some areas to some extent. For example, somebody he has become devotee of Lord Krishna. Maybe he has given up drinking, illicit connection, but he still, sometimes prone to smoking. Sometimes it happens actually. Like 1 or 2 rule principle is breaking. It's Ekadesha Vartini. Okay? Anartha Nivritti. Bahudesha Vartini means removal of anarthas in many of the most areas to some extent. Means externally he feels like I don't have any attachment or I don't have any connection to all these things, habits, bad habits. But when time comes, he is automatically drawn to it. He is doing Shravanam Kirtan also. This happens with the devotees, not with the karmis. Okay? Then he says, Praiki. There is a stage when you feel like anartha is almost disappeared. Means very little bit is remaining. Okay? Then there is a stage of Purna. Means completely gone. Okay, these are the 4 stages. Ekadesha Vartini, Bahudesha Vartini, Praiki and Purna. There is another one called Atyantiki. You may be wondering, when total anartha is disappeared, all anarthas have already completely eradicated, why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is bringing another point, Atyantiki? This is the point. Even though anartha nivritti takes place to great extent, completely gone, still there is a possibility of getting affected by these anarthas. That's why he is saying after that Purna. Makes sense? Means what he is saying. Not only he is saying, there's an example also. Like Bharat Maharaj. He was in the stage of bhava, right? Whenever he was meditating, there's shivering in his body, hair standing on end, tears rolling down from his eyes. This is the symptom of bhava. He got attracted to the deer. He fell down. So anartha, actually asakti stage, anartha gone. Then bhava stage, where did this anartha come from? Therefore, this Vaishnava aparad is very, very grave, very severe. If we commit offense unto a Vaishnava, a devotee, very difficult to become free from the anarthas. Even at the stage of bhavos, it can come back. Therefore, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, after Purna, he is giving another expansion that is called Atyantiki. Atyantiki means when you attain the lotus feet of the Lord, that time, total disappearance. It's not going to come back again. There's no relapse. You go to the medical, take the medication, go back home, again fever is relapsing. But here, no relapse. That is called Atyantiki. And here, this, as we said, this Duskriti or Sukriti Jata Anartha, they will disappear. After Bhajana Kriya, Praiki happens. Means, that is what is happening to most of the devotees. We see they come to the temple, they associate with the devotees. Many of the devotees, they attend to the platform of pride, means almost gone. There is nothing. And they feel, now I am safe and secured. They jump up and down, then something happens. That is the Sukriti and Duskriti Jata Anartha. Okay? And then, after Nishtha, Purna happens. Means, when he is continuously followed the association, the pure devotees is following them, then what happens? At the stage of Nishtha, all will go away. After Asakti, Atyantiki will happen only for Sukriti Jata and Duskriti Jata Anartha. Okay? When somebody comes to the platform of Asakti, Asakti means there is constant attraction towards hearing and chanting, glorifying the Supreme Lord. Means he cannot give up at that stage. When one comes to that platform, he will not have any hankering for objects which cannot be used in Krishna service. He will not have attachment for material objects. He will not feel hateful towards anyone. These things will completely go away at the stage of asakti. Okay? But now listen. Aparadhotha anartha. Okay? That aparadjat anartha. Anartha which is arising from namaparad. After bhajana kriya ekedesha vartini. To some degree, this desire to offend a Vaishnava goes away to some degree in bhajana kriya stage. And at Rati, when Rati awakens, Praiki means very little bit. He is not offending Vaishnavas. What is happening at the stage of Rati? Rati means Bhava. You understand? That means still in the platform of Bhava, it is still there to commit offense to the Vaishnavas. At that time, he is very, very clear about his material contaminations. But he fails to save himself from committing offense against the Vaishnavas. So these are very scientifically explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He is very scrutinizingly analyzed in Madhurya Kadambini. That's what he's saying, that praiki happens at the stage of rati. That means if I have committed a very severe, grievous offense unto a pure devotee of the Lord, it is still not going away. It still remains. Then it will relapse again. Okay? When prema is awakened, then purna is attained. And this devotee, when he attains the platform of prema, bhakti, then he will not commit any Vaishnava aparadha. Okay? And atyantiki, anartha nivritti takes place upon an attainment of the Krishna's lotus feet. You see, Sukriti jata, Duskriti jata, anartha, atyantiki takes place at the stage of asakti. But aparadha jata anartha, that will go away only when we take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay? Bhakti jata anartha, the impediments which are arising from bhakti, means desire for wealth, name, fame, and adoration while practicing bhakti. These are bhakti jata anartha. Sometimes, what kind of anarthas are there when I am practicing bhakti? Right? We wonder. Bhakti means there should not be any anartha. No, when we are practicing bhakti, maybe we are still hankering for name, fame. Some people are not satisfied with fame in his locality. He wants to become famous in the entire world or even 3 planets. He is practicing bhakti. Why? Because I want to become famous in the entire world. It happens actually. See, these are very, very subtle things, That's why Krishna consciousness is very, very high grade devotional service. The highest grade of devotional service. And if there is little bit impurity, then you can see there is a kind of no problem. So, this bhakti jat anartha, desire for name, fame, adoration, wealth, and etc. Sometimes people you have seen, they're doing so nice bhakti, but all of a sudden you see, they become attracted to, wealth, material opulence. Many, they just, keep in the bank balance money. What are you going to do? You are a saint, right? What? No, this is bhakti jata anartha. That's why in sannyas ministry they are saying that we have to kind of now make strict rules and regulations for the sannyasis about declaration of the funds, whatever they get. We have a system in the GBC body also. Everybody has to declare how much they are earning. And then that's a safe position for us actually. But what is happening? No. We keep increasing the bank balance. That is bhakti jata anartha. Why do you need money? You don't need money. You are in a society is taking care of you, right? Wherever you go, you are given with a prasadam, you are given with a accommodation. What do you need? You don't need anything. Sadhu just preach Krishna Katha. No, he wants to increase his bank balance. That is bhakti jata anartha. And here it is said, after bhajana kriya, eka desa vartini, means when he is in the association of sadhus, he is doing Shravanam and Kirtanam, his desire for accumulating money will disappear to some degree, to some extent. Don't think that because he is engaged in Shravanam and Kirtanam, he may be a sannyasi, he is not completely freed from this mentality to save money. This is what it is said. Ekadeshavartini. After Nishtha, Purna. After Ruchi, Atyantik. See, Ruchi, when he has developed the taste, that means everybody should ask himself, if I am in the renounced order of life, do I still have desire to accumulate money? Do I hanker for name, fame, adorations? That means I have not got ruchi, the taste for Shravanam Kirtanam. These are for self-analysis actually, How Sadhu-saṅga will help me? If I don't analyze these sciences clearly and try to see how it is helping me. Like sometimes, oh Prabhu, no, I am not getting taste for chanting. How will you get? There's something wrong. You see, so in that way then say, Ruchi haite bhakti hoy asakti prachur, asakti haite chitte janme Krishna prityankur. After Ruchi, asakti. As I said, asakti uh, means he cannot give up the Shravanam and Kirtanam. That is the stage of asakti. He taste is so much, he wants to do it again and again. He gets so much happiness actually. This is the point. Asakti means he gets so much happiness, he does not want to leave the practice. It's a very, very deep subject actually. You see, you can eat something that you like, but after some time, you have to stop. You cannot eat. But Savanam Kirtanam Asakti stage is, as you commit yourself to hearing and chanting, you cannot stop. You are experiencing a higher sense of happiness. Actually, that happens in the platform of Raganuga actually. Raganuga practice means that Raga, Asakti have been awakened and he is getting so much of happiness, so much transformations, experiences going on in his heart, in his consciousness, he is not able to stop it. That's why not that everybody can come to this platform so easily. Huh? And then asakti hoite chitte janme Krishna prityankuru. After that bhava. Bhava, what is bhava? Bhava is a particular function, or you can say the manifestation of Suddha Sattva, predominated by Ladini potency. As I said, I gave the example that we are chanting, but we are not able to feel the power of Hare Krishna sound vibration. As I said, this Sattva Guna, Tama Guna, Raja Guna, they are actually creating a barrier. We are not able to connect. So that is what this Suddha, that means when you come to the platform of Suddha Sattva means complete disappearance of material contaminations. That what we have been discussing about these anarthas, no? In different stages it is disappearing. That time only your Suddha Sattva means pure transcendental mode of existence, free from total material contamination. Like we can take an example in this connection. You see, nowadays in some places we see, but not all places, people who see television, they use antenna, right? On the roof, they will have one, aluminum thing. That is actually in that is the aluminum alloy. Pure bauxite cannot have the power to grab the image. So they purify the metal, and then aluminum alloy, it has the power to absorb the, you know, magnetic wave, electromagnetic waves, and transform it to the picture, images, or the sound that you see in the television screen or in computer screen. Similarly, this transformation, like here we can say that aluminum alloy who is able to capture the image, not bauxite, right? So that is the form of Shuddha Sattva. That means your heart now it is like a bauxite. It is not able to capture that. Through the process of this Savaram Kirtan, proper Sadhu-saṅga and the pure devotees association, when you understand the science and you practice, then your heart is becoming qualified or attaining the platform of Shuddha Sattva to absorb that image or that sound. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Hidroy haite bole jiwhar abrate chale, sabda rupe nache anuksha. These are all complete science actually. Huh? And then what happens? At that time, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it explains, Bhakti nirdhuta doshanam. When the heart is purified, it becomes a fit place for the appearance of transcendental spiritual reality. Like some devotee, they go to Vrindavan, they feel like, now, we have to go to some Babaji to know about the science of Raganuga practice, and we follow that. You cannot do anything, you just simply imitate. What Rupa Goswami has given, what Prabhupada has given, why Prabhupada is speaking so much about chant properly, read my books. This is why, this is how heart will become completely purified. Prabhupada says, his complaint is, we don't read his books. Many times Prabhupada says, right? You don't read my books, read my books. Why he is so emphatic about reading his book? This is how heart will become purified. So much potency is there in Prabhupada's purports. Then when heart becomes purified, the image will automatically appear. Like if you, as I said, if you just bring any metal, it's not going to work, right? When it is in that form, pure form, automatically it will absorb the image. Similarly, when heart becomes purified, automatically. But they say, no, you have to have this last maranam, Babaji processes that, then only you will become purified. Bhagavatam also says, but try to understand this. It is not like that. This effect of sattva, raja and tama is so intense, you cannot easily become purified. Therefore, following the Acharya's instruction is very, very important. Means, here we systematically practice the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day in the association of devotees. This will actually purify the heart. This is the process. And whatever we do it for Krishna. We don't have any other desire for ourselves, for our selfish motive. This is how, if we continue, then we can feel the real transformative power of Sādhu-saṅga. Otherwise, we go, we associate, we listen, but what happens? Nothing works out. Nothing happening, no change is happening. And I'm thinking of going here and there. Prabhupada in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he said, while discussing about this, he said there are two stages of bhakti. Raganuga and Vaidhi. Vaidhi sadhana Raganuga. So Raganuga refers to a point when, upon practicing sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, one develops spontaneous attraction. That is called Raganuga bhakti. Spontaneous attraction will automatically be awakened because your process is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is Prema Nama Sankirtana. Hearing Bhagavatam, that is pure love. So when we read these Bhagavatam, when we chant, that will purify us. But the point is, we have this desire hankering for material wealth, hating somebody, accumulating money, sometimes stealing money. How that will work? That will not work. Because I am still attached to my material desires. So one has to willfully give up, practice, listen in the association of devotees who are in pure in consciousness. Then it will happen. You cannot avoid that. Anyway, I was asked to speak. I just narrated. Now, in 5 minutes, they will open for Sandhyati. Anything you want to share?
How you recognize a pure devotee?
How you recognize a pure devotee? How you recognize a pure ripe mango?
Taste.
Taste it. Good. Similarly, you taste the Harikatha in the pure association. See, there is another thing you should know. When our heart is very much affected by the moods, material moods, in the association we will be getting taste for material elaborations. But if he is a pure saint, by hearing to him, you'll definitely get the taste. Like as I said, how do you know this is a right now? You are, for example, he's a blind person. He cannot see the mango. Just eat. He will say, oh, this is raw. No, this one is ripened. By taste, right? Similarly, by taste you recognize pure. And like Prabhupada, whenever he spoke, he could bring so much, change in the heart of the people. Right? How? That is the pure effect. And sometimes, as we said, mistakenly we still have, hankering or contamination of the material modes of passion ignorance, and we feel we are getting the test, but the test is for name, fame, adoration, maybe. That is breeding another anartha, bhakti jata anartha. So we have to be a little bit vigilant also. That what is happening? Is it pure association or it is contaminating? If you associate with a saint who is actually speaking this Krishna Katha for name, fame, and adoration, it will inject the same mood in you, and you feel like, oh, I am pure association. If you are in an impure association, he is accumulating wealth. His Harikatha will promote that mood in you to wealth, to save more money, wealth, bank balance, all these things. And you will not. It is very subtle actually, and you are actually happy. You feel like, no, that is not the actual pure association. To the degree we are freed from material contamination, to that degree we will be able to appreciate.
And you judge by the result.
Judge by the result. Again, result also, if I am too much material contaminated, then problem. Anyway, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your nice, inspiring lecture on how to attain love. It was so nice.
Thank you for giving me.
And it gives me taste like the sweet mango.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So this is actually the same thing when you listen to someone who sings the kirtan and he has this personal motivation
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
wants to earn money with it. It has the same effect on the listeners
Yeah.
as if you just
You feel materially motivated.
yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting, right? Yes.
Yeah.
This is science, Prabhu. This is practical, actually.
That is the reason why I just only want to listen from the devotees the whole time. And I don't listen to these normal singers anymore because I felt very often it's like it has a strange effect. I don't know.
Well, we should be honest.
Yeah.
What is happening with us? We should feel that, no?
Yeah. It's perceivable. It is
Perceivable, yes.
Yeah.
Because pure devotion is pure devotion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.